Hello, this is going to be a small analysis of the PNY RTX 3090 Revel, I believe this is called. This is the reference PCB, which is not to be confused with the founder's PCB, which are two different things. I'm going to be disassembling this to see if it's feasible to put this in a small form factor build. One of the reasons I'm picking this card is because unlike other RTX 3090s, for comparison, this is a 3090 MSI Trio, which is a pretty typical size 3090, and this is an PNY 3090. This card is an inch taller, will not fit in the custom case that I will be making. Whereas this one is not only shorter in height, it's also shorter in length. It ends here as opposed to ending here. This is actually pretty close to the Founders Edition card. This is the best thing I could find, and it doesn't have that annoying 12-pin power connector. It has normal connectors, which is always a plus. So let's get cracking. Time to avoid some warranties. Too small. Just right. Warranty voided. Just as a side note, this is probably one of the highest quality 3090s I've seen, and I'm pretty much seen them all already because I build PCs. Everything is made out of metal. There's the only plastic here are the fans, which is understandable. But yeah, it's expensive, like all the other 3090s, but I think this is one of the few that might actually be worth the asking price. Like, this is a very thick piece of metal. Oh shit. Where do I go from here? For the record, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've never disassembled this one. Another thing to point out is that the capacitor layout here on the back is pretty much the same as the Founders card. I'm gonna have to get some new thermal pads for that. If you want to see what's over here. All right. Can't for the life of me see what's written on those circuits. The camera can see better than I can. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know if this is the fancy digital voltage controller that they use on some of the custom cars, or if this is dumb analog controller that you find on the... Ooh, I already forgot which cards have the analog controller. Is there more? I have no idea what I'm doing. Holy shit. That worked out. Has one. And there's two. And this was the third one that popped up on its own. So this is the reference PCB. Look how tiny it is. It's a baby. Compare this to the nonsense that the other people are producing. This, the MSI card, this whole thing is the PCB. And for those of you that don't know, this third power connector doesn't do diddly squat. Let's keep going. Let's see here. Yep, that's pretty much what I expected. Not enthusiastic about the cylindrical capacitors. I was hoping for surface mount capacitors. I mean, I'm sure it'll work fine. It's going in a small form factor computer, and it's doesn't need more than 300 watts, which is the reference design, I believe. And hopefully I can see what's written on these capacitors later. And one of the reasons I'm making this video is because I thought this would be hard to reassemble, but it's gonna be a piece of cake. Yeah, this PCB was $1,500. Amazing. Alright, I will have a follow-up video where I will put a water block on this, assuming it ever gets out of customs. I have lost hope at this point. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 caps in total. So 4 should be for the memory, which leaves 14 for the VRM. And unlike the garbage MSI card I have here, the memory VRMs on the right are actually close to the memory. I don't know if you've seen the tear down the MSI card, but on the MSI card, one of the reasons why it sucks is this VRM is scooted over too far, and there's a voltage difference, slight voltage difference delivered to the memory between the right and the left memory channels. Memory, whatever they're called. Let's call them DIMMs. I don't know. This should be a much better card than the MSI card, even though it's like half the size. Alright, so water block video coming up eventually. Thanks.